Let's welcome our host Sir Alberto Abira aka Tata Bert.
Oh, here we go again. Good evening, magandang umaga, and we start the show tonight. Well, maybe we could be lively or interesting, or maybe this will get you bored. But anyway, we are here whether we like it or not. But we'll try our best to entertain, to share ideas and information. I would like also to hear from you. Your contribution will make this show effective and more informative. This is not just to fill in for the time, but this is the purpose of this show is sharing and information that you don't know and I don't know. And if you could share what you have and what I have, it will be very fruitful and effective for the advancement and the development in our community, whatever we are planning. Because we cannot just keep information to ourselves, but once it is out, it's up for the community or everybody concerned to any event will be of use to this modern technology that we have wherever we are. And in your room you are, could be fishing, the whole world will be watching you. And this is an opportune time and we have to make use of it. We cannot just let this opportunity let it go by doing nothing. So I am one of those people that would like to take advantage of this new technology, sharing and listening to everybody. That's how we learn from each other. How could we improve our communications? How do we know the whole world if we will not speak it up? So through this media, we will be helping each other and we could develop much of concern and what's to improve and what this has to be refined in a society. The subject of my show is always yesterday and today, or noon at ngayon. The happenings of yesterday that has to be learned, and in the future we have to be ready to accept and learn more of what happened yesterday. Is there anything we can improve? What was done and what was not done, and for the advancement of the community, especially sharing the needs in material things, but most of all, of course, spiritually, because that cannot be taken away from you and nobody could stop you for that. Just like a free will, nobody could suspend or suppress you not to think of being free, or because you could be persecuted. That is only your body. Your mind and soul is always free. Nobody could suspend and that God-given power to every human being. Would like to thank all these listeners, though maybe they are maybe amused or bored, but maybe most of them would have a good laugh. I accept that because I'm here. Honestly, I am very new to this and does not know anything about it. But your patience, you and I could develop something else. Maybe boring, but later on, who knows, we might be getting something else through your contributions. I would like to express my gratitude for those so callers for the past 3 days now. that at least they are they have known it. Like now, like here is another streamer like Lee Esperanza Vientres. Thank you. Magandang gabi po, Tatang. This said. Thank you also, lady. I'm glad that you are an avid listener, maybe just to amuse you, maybe informative information wise not so important because you are here just to uh, watch and smiling that my stammering statement would be not good to hear, but at least you are patient enough to listen. And thank you for that. I hope there will be more people like you just to have a patience and have time to be laughing at what I'm doing. Information wise, not so much because I'm not that learned people. I'm not that intelligent enough to express what you don't know because whatever I say, you already know and just a repetition of the event, but it is okay. Yeah, I think Jerry is coming in. I will wait for him. So the event in Montreal, as what the producer asking me, our community is very talented persons. And and the early 70s, we don't have the community center, but the clamor for the community that we need. So I initiated it, and the community responded it, and we arrived to have one center. Now is a maintenance, and we cannot just be satisfied with that small one because how many associations we have? For now, we have at least 23 associations in our community. If each of them would ask for a space, especially weekend, we don't have space for that. But with your support, we will be doing great, and with your suggestion and cooperation, who knows someday we could double the size, but farmers cannot stand alone without the support of the whole community. Okay, I welcome Paul the Hero. Welcome, Paul. Mabuti at sumama ka. At least you could have a good laugh, or if you have something to say, don't be shy because I am amenable to whatever you would like to say because I am here for corrections and I will appreciate that. If you have something to add, say it so. Thank you. I will be waiting for your any suggestion, deletion, or participation. So much so for the community and our, especially the biggest association, farmers. You will be so asking why those officers, once they are in, they don't have intention to stop because these people want to serve the community. They believe if they are not the one running the community alone, they are afraid it might be closed or suspended or the association might not exist anymore. So I'm glad that there are some people like that. Thank you. Good evening, Jerry. Welcome. Okay, I know you are one of the pillars in our community and you want to have a good contribution. And your intention of answering my response and request that what could we do more for the community, and you are here to express your concern and what we could do. Maybe I would like to hear you. Good evening, Jerry.
Good evening, Sir Bert. And first of all, I would like to say thank you for your invitation to your show and a nice greeting to your in your birthday. Happy birthday to you, sir.
Oh, thank you.
And God bless, and wishing you all the best in health, wealth, and happiness. And now, thank you also for giving me the chance to say something about future plan and present activities that we are doing in our chapter, Montreal chapter, Night of Rizal.
Okay, I
So
have
at this present, we all know that we all
okay,
know that
maybe
we had a big uh, bad calamities pon
yes.
done by Rolly and Ulysses that give a lot of trouble in our but here in Montreal and other
Yeah.
uh, part of the world, they are I know they are also soliciting some help to give to our kababayan in Philippines who are affected by this
Okay, thank you. That is very good idea. At least
typhoon,
you
Rolly,
are
and
doing it the
Rex,
best
and
on your own
kababayan.
capacity. And you know, Jerry, Philippine is not the when typhoons
I would
comes
like
or flooding
to
or fire. It's not an accident
use
anymore. It is scheduled. So we people here in first world country, I think we will be
I
enjoying
think
more
that's
of what we have if we share
a natural
disaster. Kung saan ka comfortable na language, let's
opportunity
speak in
to
Tagalog. It will be easier. Kasi Pilipino naman ang audience natin
doing
mostly.
maraming salamat sa iyong pag-imbita sa akin sa iyong show at
Uh-huh.
mga kababayan at dito sa ating city sa Montreal at mga kapatid ng membro ng Night of Rizal kasalukuyan din na nagsusulit sa mga kapatid natin at sila ay nagbibigay ng kunting tulong galing sa kanyang puso para maipadala sa ating mga kababayan.
Okay. That's good.
At
The important is
makatulong
that
man lang
we have a good
sa mga
intentions.
uh, at
We will be doing our best for the
at
collections of
ganun din sa
donors.
mga ibang chapters natin sa Montreal at saka Toronto. Ganon din pang matugunan ang pagtulong sa ating mga kababayan sa Pilipinas. At maraming salamat po at sana'y makapagbigay kami konting tulong para sa inyo dyan sa
Yeah. Okay,
ating
Jerry. In other words, the
sa ating bayan.
mobilization
Salamat
of
Sir Bert
extension
again
of help
at
is worldwide.
magsalita para
In,
sa mga kababayan at
but
marami
we have
pong
to
salamat
focus on
ulit.
our community. What
Bye-bye.
are we doing? Because that's what they are waiting to listen to us. What is our plan? What we have started and what we should doing. So keep talking. Whatever the plan is, so the community could respond. Because we cannot just keep to ourselves what our
Okay,
intention is. They have to
sa
know
ating mga
so they could cooperate.
plan activities natin bilang members ng Night of Rizal ay dating mayroon tayong sineselebrate na yung kamatayan ng Rizal sa buwan ng Disyembre 30 o at sa ngayon sa pandemya na COVID-19 tayong final na test na ating gagawin dahil ang COVID-19 ay nasa after this November 23 we are expecting inaasahan natin na mayroong ulit patakaran ng gobyerno kung pwede na tayong para at ma-rate natin ang ng national hero Dr. Rosito. Wala pa tayong confirmation para tayo mag-celebrate yung at yun lang po Sir Bert ang aking masasabi.
Okay, okay, Jerry, let me refresh this thing.
Let's wait hanggang katapusan ng buwan na ito at magagawa natin ang final announcement kung mayroon ng batas na ibibigay ng ating ating aktibidades sa darating na buwan. Marami pong salamat.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Jerry, before you go, I would like to know, you expressed that there is a need of donations, but kung I'm one of the donors, kanino ko ibibigay, saan ang nila ibibigay kung mayroon man silang i-donate? Do you accept materials things or only cash?
Sir,
what kind of donation? Do you accept in kinds or only cash?
Ako ang nangungulekta ng mga donasyon.
Kanino ibibigay? Saan? That has to be clarified kasi, okay, I'm one of the donors but I don't know where to go, where to give. Kanino ibibigay? Saan?
Ipapadala sa headquarters sila mag-distribute sa mga nasalanta ng baha.
Kasi bago tayo magpadala, ipunin muna natin bago ipadala. O pwede naman i-direct nila sa... Yan ang linawin mo. Kanino ibibigay ang donasyon nila? Saan?
Dahil may mga na pagka kulikta na yung ating donasyon, ipapadala na.
Knights of Rizal, saan nga? Saan? Ang Knights of Rizal is a very big word, but we need a specific address. We need a specific person to receive the donation. Oh, where?
In Manila, headquarters.
So they have to give it to Manila, not to the Montreal chapter. Okay, let's make this clear. Maybe we could gather the good information on how to delay this message. Tomorrow, I will be calling you again that we have to make it clear that the Montreal chapter or the Knights of Rizal and Montreal as a whole is soliciting donations for the victims of calamities in Manila recently. And donation could be addressed to
sa Toronto, mayroon din silang nangungulikta doon.
No, we cannot cover Toronto.
At ang
We are talking only Montreal because with Toronto, they have their own fundraising. Because if I'm a Montrealers, I don't have to go to Toronto.
Toronto,
Instead of going to Toronto, I'll go direct to Manila if nothing is collecting here in Montreal.
Manila, direct to Manila. Okay naman, ipadala natin direct sa Manila headquarters.
Okay, Jerry. Thank you. Let's clarify that further when I could get from you the specific address, the specific name, because if I am a donor, I would like to know somebody received it from me, who received it from me, and whom do I address if I write a check. That's why everything this has to be clarified. But it's a good start that you are having a fundraising. But so far, it's not clear yet whom to give, where to give, and address to who. So this thing has to be clarified. Thank you, Jerry. We will be listening to you again tomorrow, and I would like you to clear these things because before people would start giving. Of course, people here are very generous. They don't have to be a millionaire because people really love and enjoy when you have a little things but you share. That is a satisfaction that you help your kababayan. And I would like to acknowledge the response of Jello Esperanza. Thank you. And now let's go back to the subject. But why Jerry has to leave immediately? Okay, I would like to thank also the people here in Pakarap that mostly of my grandchildren there and the gangs around. They are very cooperative and very helpful to whatever fundraising that we will be doing because they themselves are sharing, although they don't have much, but they have shared, they gathered all their extra clothes because for a kid, if they will have 10 clothes, you will not be using that every day. So you could share. And of course, food is very much needed. The gathering of food is quite hard now that the farm are devastated and drawn up to the flood. It's up to us. Be creative because there is a comfort on yourself of thinking, though I am not a millionaire, but I share. That is the contentment of kabayanihan in the spirit of camaraderie, of living together. Because I don't know how people could be happy. They have everything and they cannot share. Because happiness could be obtained only through sharing. Because you could own the mountain of gold. But it is to yourself alone. How could you be happy with that? When you have excess children, how much money could you be enjoying in your time life? Share to the whole world. Share to your neighbor, especially your community. You will feel the comfort and peace of mind when you do that. Because, like us poor people, we don't feel any loss at all. Because how could you lose what you don't have? Let us see. You cannot be poor anymore when you are poor. You could only poor when you are rich. And the poor people, the rich people, are those who are blinded so much of the worldly things. That's why they are not happy. While the poor people, even they are in the midst of calamity when the TV comes, everybody is shouting and laughing and waving to the camera. That's how we are. We so calamities happen. So we cannot just sit down and cry and cry. We have to accept it. We have to live with it. And we will be struggling to improve ourselves in order to survive. They are not just poor in spirit, they are rich in spirit. That's why they are still alive and living, kicking to meet the ends meet for the comfort of their community and especially their own family. The peace of mind that why worry? We cannot just be worrying. We have to strive and stand up, or they call it bangon, bicol or bangon na Pilipinas, because we cannot just sit down and cry. We have to do something for ourselves. Since the rich people are minding their own, and it's up for us to help one another. You will be wondering why this rich politician is not being shown in the TV, because that is not their duty. Their duty is to get elected, and that's it. You could see some politician also when they have their own assignment. So we welcome that. They are doing their job also. But for us, we have to do more than what we cannot just be a bystander and wait for the uh, freebies those people could give. We have to do something for yourself. So, in order to be adapted to the situation, because who wants the situation? It is scheduled. It is God's will. In order for us to awaken us, that we have to realize that we have to know more about God and to know more about ourselves, to help ourselves. Because you cannot just say, why people are rich and we are not? Because that is not for you. Anything you don't have is not for you. Because you could, so long as you have done your best, you could say anytime you want, oh, thank God, this is what I have, but I have done my best. Whatever it is, I accept it. Thank you, Lord. But the important thing, God gave you peace of mind and health, and you will nobody could steal that from you. No doctors, no specialist for that could give you. It's you. It's from God that give you that good health, and you have to enjoy and be ready to share with your people, because loving yourself is loving God and loving the community. Because how could you share when you yourself cannot help yourself? But you don't have to be millionaire to share. The act in sympathize, in sharing, in loving, and laughing the happiness that the world has. That is more comforting than counting your millions, which will give you anxiety and headaches and depression if the economy slow down. Like for example, like the banks here in Montreal, if their profits is only less than 10 million, they are not happy. But we are not banks. We have our own life to live because banks are different from one person. Our personality is different from the business people. We are here to serve and we have to be contented of what we have. The soul is infinite that only the body would diminish, but your spirit stays alive forever. By living to that, it is your good deed that will last and memorial. What could I say more? Since God has given you the strength, all you have to do is enjoy and do what was given to you. It is not written what you should do because God has given you the talent and to be productive in this world. We have to know that if you have the power, like now, to discover the cure for this COVID virus, you will be responsible because what is the talent given to you if you don't make use of it? Likewise, in the community, if you could improve or work for the betterment of the community and you are just a bystander, remember, you will be responsible to the God given that power to you. So, make up your mind, but nobody could force you because you will discover if you are doing to your community. It's not a question of recognizing it. Do it silently because if you expect recognition, you will get disappointed and you will lose your uh, intention of serving your people. How many of us people here that when people are helping other people and they will be asking you, why you have to do that? Do you think they will be grateful to you? If your intention is that, I think you better don't do it because helping people don't expect any gratitude, but you are doing it for yourself because those people, their intention is to be grateful sometimes, but they could be forgotten what you have done. They are busy also making their life and and especially supporting the community, especially most of the young couples who are still nesting. You can't blame them for getting who helped them or who helped what. But thank God you have done your part in, in sharing what you could give to your people. Like myself, my only my only family is the community. I don't expect much from the community because they have their own expectation also. So whatever it is, don't blame anyone, but accept the situation or consequence if it is happen. Living is most important and be helpful to the community. It is important that your neighbor is your family. Your community is a family because the government has their own obligation. They may be there when you need them, but the first people to respond is the people around you. So that is your community, and you have to love it, and you have to share with them. Okay, Inaro is flashing. Good morning, Tata Bert. From where are you, Inaro? And Jello, good morning. Oh, they are not Premier Montreal because here is evening. And okay, Jello, nanalaban sa Antok Brothers. Also, they are in Montreal. Okay, I hope I keep you amused listening to my boring statement and speeches, but that's how it is. I cannot be talking fluently because I'm not a philosopher. I cannot be speaking fluently in English or Tagalog because I'm from Visayas. So, but expression, because in any language, so long as you try to communicate, the message will post through. Not necessarily eloquent speaking, but communication is there. There are so many kinds of languages, the sign languages, the body languages, or any spoken languages. So long as the communication is transmitted. So you could mark, okay, Mark his way. Oh, he's from Pangarap. Thank you, Mark. Oh, he's from Caloocan. Thank you for listening. I hope, regards to the kababayan there in House Pangarap now, I hope you are not part of this flooding system. Pangarap is a quite hilly place and Big Brother is enjoy. So when if Pangarap would the water will reach Pangarap, that means whole Manila is underwater. But you are lucky there. Just prepare. I might be passing by. Who knows? Not this year, maybe until this the uh, pandemic situation is still so rampant and unsustainable because it's very still unprotected. Mark, extend regards to other people there. Say hello and extend my regards and say them listening and subscribe and share. Share to all the neighbors around there that, in fact, Bernie, the mother of Kano, have contacted me and sharing his views once in a while. I think more people will be sharing these things because through this media, we have to be thankful and we have to be adapted to the new situation of this technology. This technology keeps the world small, keeps the world like neighbor, especially you are in Pangarap, Village in Caloocan, and I'm talking to you. That's good. Isn't that? Okay. Okay, baby. Oh, you could also, all your intention is if you want to speak, maybe just make a sign and we'll connect you to, if it will allow you. And then you have your camera there, and you could also be shown on the screen. But anyway, we will come to that when the technology, you have it. Regards to the group, the standbys on I hope drinking spree is always unscheduled. I cannot join you now, but I have my glass here, of course, on my side. Yes, I could share you that I only have this vodka. I I have this more Smirnoff because force keep me sleep soundly every day. And now that there is the COVID, social distancing is a must. So we have to abide with it. But that doesn't mean that you have to be uh, idle. I am still alive, and uh, don't worry. If I ever have a chance, I'll be dropping by again any months from now in 2021. Who knows? I don't know yet. I don't have any schedule yet. In fact, I was invited to go to Cuba, but they gave me the ticket, but I'm not going because going to Cuba, I would rather be in the Philippines because much better place there is more fun because you people around us to support and share my laughters and the jokes that we will be having. So, extend regards to everybody. Okay, Mark? Thank you. I still have at least 20 minutes to be occupying this space. I hope the moderator will not get bored. I have some other subject I would like to express. Some people are afraid if their business slow down. And lucky for us who are not business people, especially because we cannot lose anything. Because you cannot lose what you don't have. Because if you have nothing, you have nothing to lose. And what you have is good health, and that is the best gift that you could have given by our Almighty. Peace of mind and health, you can never get from anywhere else. Okay, this is a plus in here. That happened during your time, publication ng isang dyaryo dito sa Montreal. How many times po ang frequency ng publication nyo at paano kayo na-update ng iyong... Oh, that's a good subject because and early I started the publication. I was the first one who make the publication here in Montreal. I published the Bululakaw with Tony Fernandez. And then the frequency of that, we used to have a monthly paper. It was a very good venture, though we are new, but at that time there was a little bit support from the federal government. All we have to do, send them a copy, and they will exchange that for the publicity. They will at the cost of $300-400 in one fourth page. Doesn't matter how big, so long as you put that publicity, they give you to $400 in support because they don't expect that so much, but to help you this survive because they know that printing is costly. So, but at that time it's really good because I send a lot of money in the Philippines every issue of my that paper, and Tony and I have a good share just publications. And later on, the Tamaraw Times was established, and then Tamaraw Times Tony maintained that, and I put up a Filipino star because uh, particularly devoted mostly to sports because I was the president of a Philippine Basketball Association of Montreal, which was very active, and most of our young boys, our youth, are really in participation. When in fact we participate in intercity tournament like New York, New Jersey, uh, Ohio, Cleveland, only here in the eastern states, and we the hosting was rotated to every city, and most of them really enjoy when Montreal is the host. We have everything, and we really give good comfort to our guests. Okay, here is another show. One of my grandsons, here in Pangarap Village, Ed De Los Reyes. Welcome, Ed. Thank you. I hope you will not get bored. Let's share this to all our kababayan there in Pangarap. Thank you for listening. Just make a share and make a sign of comfort, of thumbs up, and everybody will be enjoying and seeing my, of course, my wrinkled face already. What do you expect? I'm 86 years old. If my face is different, you'll be so, you'll say, you have your retoque in your face. No, I don't have that. My mind is fresh and always clear what was happening today and 86 years ago. My health, I could drink you when I arrived. Every time I arrive in Pangarap, I always share with you, and we will be enjoying and laughing and joking and maybe sometimes insulting each other, which is fun of everybody. Here's another one. Eric D. Bateriosal. Bateriosal. Oh, thank you. He's watching my ads pa. So, that's good. I hope the moderator of the show, well, I don't know how they would exist this, but they ask me, your likes and sharing will help support this radio, this TV program survive. So share it and like it, and welcome that my boring conversation could also amuse you. You could ridicule, you could despise it, but that's how it is. It's Cutie Honey 143 channel. I'm watching to God bless you po. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Iha. You are very respectable. But this is how it is. I don't know. Maybe I need some suggestion. I know there is so much things to be corrected, and I welcome that. Speak it up. I needed that. What should I do? But I know my moderator will be instructing me once in a while. And incidentally, last week I was down walking in the Barnhorn, and I met Mrs. Remy Domingo, and they said, "Oh, Bert, how are you? You're 86 already. Hindi ka ba nakakalimot?" I said, yes. Nakakalimot ako, especially kung may utang ako. Pero other than that, I know everything. I still remember everything. Ang pwede ko lang kalimutan yung utang. Pero all other thing, I'm still sane for that. Who is, okay. My time is still approaching. I still have 12 minutes. But how do maybe it's quite boring already because I need your support. I need your somebody has to talk to me. Somebody has to come up and be a guest here. Maybe you have something to express. You have something, some message you'd like to relate to our community. I'll give you this the time. I have enough time here because I need somebody to talk also. Because I know you have your promotions. Let's hear it, especially these business people. You are welcome. How could we improve our community? Do you want something to be corrected? Speak it up. You cannot just be talking and Tim Horton or whatever atheists in the gatherings when the community is making a community discussion. You have to open up because talking after the conference will not solve, will not help at all. Especially, okay, one great advice. Okay, I have this Zoe the Great. Who is that? Shoot out sa lahat. Erika Batusay, Cute Honey, 43 channel. Because if you know how to improve our community, speak it up. Because who will be doing this? Because I don't want to hear the like some our community leaders say, dapat ito ginawa ninyo. Why ninyo? Why don't we say, ito dapat gawin natin? Include yourself. You are not a bystander. You are part of the community. The progress and the good effect of our community is reflected to the whole community. Not just because you have good leaders. Not at all. Good leaders when there is a good support to everybody of the members of our community. So let's support not necessarily big association, even your provincial association because Filipinos, three or four people, they call themselves already an association. They have every project. The first project will be dancing. What about other things? Why only dancing? And okay, maybe you could suggest to me, and let's brought up that to the community. What else? Okay, time is closing. I still have 8 minutes. Okay. There was a note here. I will never be poor because I'm already poor. And I cannot lose by millions because I don't have. But what I have is my sane mind and healthy body. I hope everybody would be uh, participating. You don't have to be 86-year-old like me in order to speak up, but this is for everybody. That we need our community to be vibrant and cooperation because we are known for our hospitality. And hospitality for every community develops a good community at large in itself. Okay. You ask why you are respected to all. Second, and the answer is because there's a lot good things we learn from you. Oh, thank you. So that is the echo that we're saying. So, see, as a reminder, this is my YouTube channel, Alberto Aviera. Subscribe. Click the bell button para ma-remind kayo na pag online na ako, share naman para malaman ng mga friends ninyo. Thumbs up kung ayos ang lahat. Share to your friends. So we will know that we are being responsive, because it's no use to be talking if nobody is listening, and if nobody is making comments. How would I know that I am doing right or wrong? How could I improve myself if you don't say something? Please interrupt if you have to. So we will be improving the show in a good contribution to the development of community relations. Because without communications, we don't know where do I go wrong, or what do you want to improve. Because for me, what I am doing, I'm the best. Because you cannot be the best unless somebody would say so. So, and most important thing is accept who you are, because we cannot be living in pretensions, because that's how to be having a peace of mind. Because if you will be wanting for more and more, there is no ending on it. Let us set a goal that in this period, I will be this. If that doesn't happen, you don't have to cry. You tried your best because at least you have your goal. So that's what the philosophers have told me when I was in graduate school in UST. That actually the only professor I could remember most is Diosdado Magkapagaan, the ex-president. That's one thing sure, and philosophy. He never says something about studies, but he will be asking you, "How are you? How's the mayor there? What is the development of the community?" We will be discussing left and right for anything, and this and goes. But I'm surprised. So this is graduate school, because he said, "You are all graduates. The development will all depends on you." I think that's philosophy. And that is what he said. So I am thanking God because the late president was shared to his knowledge, and we are very much appreciative. In graduate school, everything is depends on you. All we need is just defend our thesis. And my favorite thesis was the divine causality and free will. The question is, does God has given us a free will? If 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 He gave us a free will, why struggle? If if our soul is predestined, why bother? Because we will be existing here on earth as a robot. But He did not. He gave us a free will, because though God knows the past, present, and future, but still He gave us our choices. So our choices, whether we like it or not, so we have to do it, and to the best of our ability in doing so on His guidelines. it's up for us to accept it, but we don't have a choice but accept God's, and but we have to do it right and according to His will. I say thank you and good evening and good morning to the Philippines and good evening here in Montreal. So until next time or maybe tomorrow night, let's have this sweet nothing discussion again. And I expect your contribution. Participate. Tell me what's wrong because uh, you are not helping at all if you just kept laughing outside. Because I accept that. Because I'm not good, but with your help, I could be improving myself. So, few seconds more and good night. Magandang gabi sa inyo lahat. Hoping to see you tomorrow again. I hope somebody would come up and participate in the discussion and deal to the community what is needed and what is not needed and what is to be corrected and has to be improved. So, good night at magandang umaga, lalo na sa mga apo ko riyan sa pangarap, sa Santa Barbara, sa Iloilo, sa Guam, at saka mga pamangkin ko sa United States. I have several grandsons and grandchildren in New Jersey. I hope they will be amused with this stammering statement I am delivering. But despite of that, I also enjoy it because this technology help us to be around all the time and seeing each other despite of the distance. Unlike before in 1972, phone calls cost lots of money, but now it's good night. Thank you and good night and good morning, good afternoon in the Philippines. Is that it?